Hey guys, working on my 2013 Tundra here. It's got the 5.7 V8, and recently there's been a lot of talk about the 5.7 and head gasket issues with corrosion of the head gasket due to the coolant valleys, the small passage into the head, between the head and the block. And so I've got an interesting situation. I've got a 2013 here with about 34,000 miles on it. I picked it up with about 26,000 miles on it, and that was just a little over a year ago. And it's, I don't really know. I know the truck's been maintained, but I'm not sure the history of the coolant, and so it had me thinking I should just flush my coolant. It's not going to hurt, and it's cheap insurance. But I wanted to know before I flush it what the situation was as far as acidity in my current coolant. So I started looking into it, and I found this product by Phoenix Systems, and it's got a little bit of it's a pH level here, a pH chart, and it can tell you the glycol percentage and also the acidity, or it says specifically here pH corrosion or acidity level. So I'm gonna just test my coolant to see where I'm at, just to know, was I pushing it or was I okay? Is it something I need to be concerned with? As I understand it, the acidity in coolant comes from the exhaust gases and mileage. So I'm hoping that I'm all right, but I'll just show you my test here and let you know. So I have to give a little shout out to the car care nut. I've learned a lot about these Toyotas from him, and I really respect the information and how he shares it. So just wanted to give him a shout out, and I'll just mention this again from Phoenix Systems. It's 15 test strips here. You can also test the brake fluid, but it specifically is for, it's got 3 test points, and I'll show you those closer here in a second. But there's a freeze or boil point, which is the glycol percentage, and acidity level, and it has these 2 ranges here where it tells you whether or not you should replace the coolant. So I'm gonna go ahead and test mine, and I'll show you, but I thought it was a pretty interesting idea to test it and give yourself peace of mind. So I'll just show you what I do here. So these test strips come in a 15 pack. I just bought them on Amazon, but you can see, I'll show up close here, but there's these 2 points here. You probably won't be able to read it, but the top one is it's testing for the glycol, and the bottom, or the middle, is looking for the acidity level, and on the opposite side of the stick is for brake fluid. So it's pretty straightforward. So they come in little individual packages, which I thought was nice because you can save them. But I'm gonna go ahead and just test mine. If I cannot drop it here, didn't touch anything, it's all good. But obviously do this when your truck is cool, so you don't get face full of hot coolant. Looks like I'm burping a little bit here. I did run it not too long ago. 1 second. So I burped a little bit of coolant there, but what you do is you just take your test strip, dunk it here in your radiator, pull it out, shake off the excess, shake that off into my rag here. Let's see if I can. And it says to wait after 30 seconds and within 5 minutes, so you'll see the colors are changing here. And I'll give you a close-up pictures of this maybe in just a minute here, but I'll give it maybe 20 more seconds here. I was gonna pause the video, but I'm just gonna play it through here, so I can see my my coolant, how I can match it up to the picture here. You'll see those 2 strips. They just line up right there, and it talks. You can kind of see the different colors and pH levels. From me just looking at it here, I'm up in the green, which is, it says pH corrosion acidity level. So up into the 11. So the acid is on the opposite side of the scale. So it says acid down below the 4 level, you can see. And so I'm looking like maybe. So it's been about 2 minutes since I tested this, and I'll just give you a close-up here. Let's see, you can see there's my test strip. And I will say it says to test it within 5 minutes, but as time goes on, it might be lightening up a bit. But what I do know is I'm not in the acid range, so I'm not particularly concerned about my head gasket on my 5.7, but I thought this is a great way to give yourself some assurance, and also a great reminder to keep up on your maintenance. I'm going to go ahead and flush my coolant here, and I guess I'll maybe post an update after that. Hopefully you guys got some good information out of this, and like I said, shout out to the car care nut. I really learned a lot from him, so if you want to see more, let me know. Thank you.